Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with yet another video of the AZ Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate it. Now, today we're going old school with the old webcam that I used to go ahead and do phone calls with, just because I need to make sure that I clear up my iPad so I'm able to get calls in. So what we're going to do here, just to kind of let you guys know exactly how we're going to run some things here. We'll talk first 10 minutes, just a couple different news updates from the Arizona Cardinals, how you guys feel, how I feel about the different stuff that's been going on this past week. And then we'll go ahead and open up the phone lines probably about 10 minutes to 15 minutes in. We're going to give it some time so everybody can actually come into the chat so we can all start talking about the Arizona Cardinals. Now, obviously, right now, we are sitting Saturday, and tomorrow is going to be a game for the Arizona Cardinals versus the New England Patriots. Now, I'm really excited about this game, but also worried about this game as well, being that the performance that we put up against the Seattle Seahawks, I don't know. It kind of gives me a lot of different things when I'm thinking about the Arizona Cardinals, the inconsistency with the defense. I know that Kyler was hurt with his shoulder, so we can't really put too much on Kyler, but truth be told, we're coming off a loss, and honestly, we really do need a win coming through for the Arizona Cardinals this coming week. Now, one big shout out to all my channel members here. If you guys can hear me, go ahead and give me a fist bump on the chat below, but quick shout out to Red Sea, Take It Easy, my friend, Mark Jackson, Subatomic Shrimp, Elijah Hennon, and his dudeness number 2. All those guys are channel members of the AZ Sports Fan YouTube channel. You helped me grow this channel pretty much from the ground up, and I really do appreciate every single one of you guys. If you guys cannot become a channel member or do a super chat, no problem. The best way you guys can support this channel is dropping a like on this channel. That's all you got to do. Just make sure you go ahead and smash Hulk like that button until it turns blue. I would appreciate that for the world, guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. Honestly, the latest acquisition from the Arizona Cardinals, obviously I put a video out about it. It's none other than D'Amato Paco. He is a defensive lineman. He used to play for the Cincinnati Bengals as well as for the Ravens. Now, for the Ravens, it wasn't very long time with the Ravens, but I don't know. When I first heard about the signing, I really liked what we're doing here for the Arizona Cardinals because there's no quit. There's no end in sight. Whoever is out there that can benefit the Arizona Cardinals, we're looking to go out there and pick up, which honestly I'm really happy about. And I think one of our big key weaknesses within this defense is our defensive line, as well as our a cornerback position, our DB position. So seeing that Steve Keim is basically going out there and trying to get more players to help this team grow and try to get a playoff push, I'm excited about it. It really helps, the fan base being engaged, adding more players into this organization. It just makes us excited just to go ahead and see who's going to be available. Is he going to play this coming week and all that different stuff? Now, if you're going to ask me if D'Amato Paco is going to play this coming week, I don't know 100%. I'm hoping he's going to play, but I honestly don't think he's going to be that much of a big impact personally. Now, he's probably going to be a player just like Angelo Blackson, that he shined for a couple games when he was with the Arizona Cardinals. Everything was looking good, and then he started hitting his roadblock. And then we start not hearing very much about Angelo Blackson. So is D'Amato Paco going to make a big impact? I mean, honestly, obviously, we would all hope he make a big impact, but I just don't see it happen. He really does remind me of an older version of Liki Fotu. Now, Liki Fotu has not done nearly as much in the NFL that D'Amato Paco has done. But I mean, this is still a really good signing. It's all due to for depth. I just heard that Zach Allen has come back from the IR, so I think he's going to be playing this game. I just hope he can stay healthy. I mean, I was really, really excited about drafting him out of Boston College, but he just could not stay healthy on the field. But Zach Allen, I think, will be playing this game against the Patriots, and honestly, we really need him. We need somebody that can put some pressure on Cam Newton. That's one of the biggest reasons why we have so much time for that opposite side quarterback, that it's just really frustrating that they have enough time to sit back there 4 to 5 seconds and find the open wide receiver. And you're giving any quarterback that much time, they're going to find the open wide receiver. I'll tell you that right now. So D'Amato Paco was the latest acquisition from the Arizona Cardinals. Am I excited? Yeah, I'm really happy about that we're adding more players. What would I give this in a rating between 1 to 10? Probably a 6. I think he'll definitely add value to our defensive line. I don't think he's going to be a big impact, but honestly, adding more players just makes me that much more excited to see what we can do from here on out. Now, there was another player out there that I posted a video about, and this video got a lot of traction as well, being that Larry Fitzgerald is not going to be playing this coming game against the Patriots. Now, honestly, if you guys don't know this, if you guys have not heard that Larry Fitzgerald has been ruled out of this game this weekend or tomorrow, then what I would expect you to do is watch my last video here. But I'm just kidding. But Larry Fitzgerald was put on the list that everybody's hearing about, the NFL list. You know what I'm talking about. I can't say it just because I don't want to be demonetized by YouTube, but he was put on that list and he will be missing this coming weekend. Now, I hope it's only going to be 1 week, but he was tested positive for whatever's happening in this world right now, which honestly, it's a really, really big bummer. It's really unfortunate. I'm really disappointed that we're not seeing Larry Fitzgerald on the field. Now, it's more due to selfish reasons, and I completely 100% agree that it's all selfish, and I really do hope he has a speedy recovery, but not seeing Larry Fitzgerald on the field on Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, it's a different feeling. It's definitely a different feeling. Now, I get right now that this mantle, this torch that we have currently right now for Larry Fitzgerald seems to be slowly be given to Kyler Murray as far as being the face of the organization, being the face of the Arizona Cardinals, and who national people think of when they think of the Arizona Cardinals. But not yet. No, absolutely not yet. As of right now, Larry Fitzgerald is still the face of this organization until he retires. Now, whether that's going to happen, I don't know. Maybe 1 more year, maybe 2 more years. But we'll see exactly what happens by the end of the season here. But as of right now, Larry Fitzgerald is not going to be playing this coming weekend against the Patriots. And honestly, when I first heard this news, it felt like a dagger was like a stab through my heart. I just didn't know how to feel about it. I was really bummed out. But I understand the protocols and I understand why he's being held out. So I get that aspect of it all, but it's still really, really shameful that we can't see Larry Fitzgerald this coming weekend. Now, I honestly think I want to jump into another topic here. There's a lot of people talking about it. And if you guys haven't heard of it yet, Kenny Stills, wide receiver from the Texans, was released from the Texans. And I think it was a mutual parting as to that's what the reports were saying. But he's going to be available in the waiver wire. Now, I'm pretty sure if I haven't looked him up, recently, I'm not sure if anybody picked him up, but he can be an awesome acquisition for the Arizona Cardinals. I'm actually really excited to figure out what you guys think right now. In my personal opinion, if I can go ahead and just put it in a nutshell, I don't think the Arizona Cardinals will go after Kenny Stills unless this weekend comes out to be a really, really bad weekend and we lose. Now, let me elaborate on this. If we have DeAndre Hopkins, Christian Kirk, and Andy Isabella, which I think everybody thinks and everybody knows that that's going to be the starting lineup for the wide receivers. Now, if anything changes, if anything happens, please correct me on the comments here. I'll be happy to read it. But that's who I think is going to be starting for the wide receiving core. Kenny Stills is an option for the Arizona Cardinals to go pick up. Now, I'm curious, are you guys interested in getting Kenny Stills or not? He's awesome. He's great. He's an awesome talent, but he has had his injuries throughout his NFL career. The only reason I could see the Arizona Cardinals going for Kenny Stills is if we lose this game, A, and B, the wide receiving core does absolutely terrible. Now, honestly, if we think about DeAndre Hopkins or Christian Kirk in this wide receiving core, we're probably never going to see kind of like a terrible-ish game again for the wide receiving core, but it's really up to Andy Isabella. Can Andy Isabella come up and show up and prove that he's going to be that number 3 wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals? This is his time right here. This is the time for Andy Isabella to show up and really prove his value for this Arizona Cardinals organization, prove his worth being a second-round pick, because I don't know about you guys, but Andy Isabella is always going to be the guy. He's always going to be the guy that's everybody's going to think about. We should have got DK Metcalf over Andy Isabella. Now, you could call me wrong, but I don't think I am. We're always going to say that behind our minds because we knew that Andy Isabella was there on the second round. I honestly, when we found out that we picked him. I thought it was too high of a reach for Andy Isabella where we picked him. I think if we were looking into getting him, we probably could have got him in the third, maybe the fourth round, something like that. But it's always going to be behind our minds, guys, that DK Metcalf was available when we drafted Andy Isabella. But this is his time. If he comes up and he puts up 50 to 100 yards and a touchdown, then I think everybody can finally be put to sleep and say, hey, yes, we got Andy Isabella over DK Metcalf, but this is what he brings to the table. He's a speedy wide receiver. He can do this, and that. But it's remained to be seen at this point. We've seen him on the field. There was a play, I believe it was it the Bills game? No, it was against the Seahawks game, I believe it was. Now, I blame this more on Kyler than I blame on Andy Isabella, but basically, I would never throw to Andy Isabella if it's 4th and 10 or 3rd and 10 and you have to convert a first down. In what mindset did Kyler Murray think that this was a good idea? He's not Larry Fitzgerald. He's not DeAndre Hopkins. He's not even Christian Kirk. He's Andy Isabella. He's not proven anything. Now, why Kyler Murray did that, like I said, I blame that more on Kyler than I blame on Andy Isabella because he hasn't really proved anything for this organization yet. He's done some great explosive plays. He's done a really awesome run against the 49ers where he caught the ball on the sideline. He took it back and he pretty much ran away from Sherman, which was really cool to see. He's done a couple other things that were pretty exciting to see as well. But as of right now, I'm not really impressed with what I've seen with Andy Isabella. And he's forever going to be known as the guy that was drafted before DK Metcalf. And it could be a huge, huge mistake for the Arizona Cardinals for years to come if this doesn't pan out. But this is his time right here. This is Andy Isabella's time to really prove and to show up and to say, hey, I belong in the NFL because this, and that. But we'll go ahead and take it to the comments here. We're going to open up the phone lines, guys. We can talk about Patriots versus Arizona Cardinals. We can talk about DeMonte Paco. We can talk about Larry Fitzgerald not playing. We can talk about Kenny Stills. I don't care what it is, but I'm going to open up the phone lines to you guys so we can go ahead and have an open discussion. Now, we will have to keep the phone lines, probably phone calls anywhere between maybe a minute and a half to 2 minutes, just so we make sure that a lot more people are able to get on the phones and just kind of voice their own opinions, because truth be told, this channel is made for every single one of you guys, the diehard Arizona Cardinal fans that are out there that want to talk about Arizona Cardinals on a Saturday afternoon. This is what this channel is made for. Let me go ahead and just drink a cup of water here real quick. I'll open up the phone lines and we can get right to it, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, let's get started here. Let's open up the phone lines. And if you have a question, how do I make a phone call, if you might ask? What I'm going to do here in the next 30 seconds is I'm going to put a phone number right here where you're seeing this ticker. Basically, you just dial in and you're able to call in to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Now, sometimes it does take a while before we get our first phone call, but that is going to be the phone number right here. It's 602-888-4194. Now, if you want to give us a call, like I mentioned, the phone lines are completely open. I will not answer any restricted unknown phone numbers because, we don't want any, people that are just calling in. But we got our first phone call. Let's go ahead and hear who it is.
Call from
Robert.
To accept.
Robert, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. How are you doing, Robert?
All right, how you been doing, my brother?
Good, man. Good. Thank you so very much for calling. Thank you so much for watching the stream, man. I'm so happy to finally be getting our live sessions where we can get fans to call in here, and I'm really excited, man. How do you feel about this Arizona Cardinals team going against the Patriots tomorrow?
Well, I watched them the last time we played against them, and I was disappointed. But we didn't have the offense like we have now. And I think we got some butt kickers out there. If we could just hold our defense, we'll hold up against them. I think we can beat them. I actually could beat them and split it with the Rams.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, and I agree. I think it's very important to at least split or sweep the Rams, but let's be honest, the Rams are playing very, very good right now. I cannot imagine us sweeping them. But what do you think is going to be the X factor for the Arizona Cardinals to pull off a win?
Stopping their run for all of them. Stopping their run and no more penalties.
Yes, I'm glad you
Don't
said
have
that.
penalties now.
So glad you said it. Honestly, I think. Go ahead.
I will tell you, man. See, this is the second time I had to get to talk to you.
Yeah, you have. Exactly. I remember you calling before. Sometimes when we open up the phone lines, it's so hard to give a call in. So I really do appreciate you calling in. But as far as the no penalties go, I completely agree with you. We're probably one of the most penalized teams in the NFL. And if we can just clean that up, I think sky is the limit. What do you think?
I agree. But see, the last game we played, what was that, Seattle game?
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of BS calls on there.
Yep.
Against Arizona, I think.
No, I agree with you. Completely agree. And I think it's both sides of the balls. I think Arizona Cardinals got some questionable calls, and I think the Seattle Seahawks. I think it was pretty favorable for both, but one of the biggest ones was that Drake Kirkpatrick penalty that was a DK Metcalf swung or like punched him in the face or did something like that, but we ended up getting the call for taunting, which honestly, I don't have anything to say. I think Drake Kirkpatrick should know better playing as a team. He really did some damage to the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes, he did. He shouldn't have taunted. I mean, how long has he been on this team? Playing for the NFL.
Yeah, he's been playing for the NFL for quite some time. Yeah, at least 10 years, maybe a little over 10 years. So he's been with the NFL for quite some time.
Then he should know not to taunt.
Yep.
I mean, I played football when I was younger, a lot younger, and I learned that from the beginning. You don't taunt because they will. And my coach would make me run if you taunted or anything like that, called stupid foul. You ran until you puked.
Yeah, and I agree, and that's the one thing I don't. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think that's what they should do. Run them until they puke.
I agree, man. I don't think. Go ahead. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is that type of coach. I hope he was, but I don't think he's that type of coach.
Yeah, I kind of wishing he would kind of like. I'm not saying grow some balls or with that, but I mean he needs to be a little bit tougher on these guys.
Yep.
Just a little bit tougher.
I agree, man. I love that Bruce Arians type of coaching. I love that. There's nothing like the Bruce Arians type of, no risk it, no biscuit, brash type of coaching.
Oh yes, I know, man. I love Bruce Arians. I wish he would have stayed there, but
yeah,
hey, I can't wait till the playoffs if we get the chance to play him again.
I agree, man. Well,
I would like to beat.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. One more time.
I would say I want to beat Bruce.
Me too, man. Me too. Well, perfect. Thank you so much, Robert. I really do hope you can keep watching here in the AZ Sports Fan. Thank you so much for taking the time to call in. Hopefully we get a win tomorrow, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, brother. You take care, bro.
You too, man.
Go Cardinals.
Love it. Perfect.
Bye.
All right, guys. That was Robert here. Awesome fan here of the Arizona Sports Fan YouTube channel, as well as the Arizona Cardinals in general. As you heard, he was watching the Arizona Cardinals game when we did play the Patriots back in 2015, which it ended up being a bummer of a game that we ended up losing, unfortunately. But we do got another phone call in. Let's take a look to see who it is. Okay, that did not go through as planned, so I apologize. Go ahead and give a call right back, guys. Let me see if I can answer it here.
Call from
Let's see.
To accept.
Red C, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. How are you doing, my friend?
It is cold up here in New England. It is cold.
Yeah, I bet, dude. We're pretty cold here for 55-degree weather.
55-degree weather. Not even 20 over here. I don't want to hear anything.
You know us, man. You know we can't handle all that different stuff. But oh man.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I apologize. Here, let me do this. 1 second. Red C, give us a call back real quick. I was answering on my phone, and for some reason, call back, Red C. I'm so sorry about that. I hung up on you. That was my fault. Yeah, go ahead and call back, Red C. I'm sorry. That was my fault. 110% my fault. I was trying to turn my phone off, and then there was another call, and I was trying to reject it, and it didn't work at all. Go ahead and call right back, my friend. I got you.
I didn't catch.
Okay. I got to turn this phone off, and I'm going to be working nothing with this one here. So go ahead and call right back here, Red Sea. I'm so sorry about that. Let's get this back up here. Oh, man, something's going on with the phones now. All of a sudden, we're not getting any phone calls now. Red Sea, I'm so sorry. That was my fault. Oh, we got a new channel member in the house. We got King Josh 4K, new channel member. Thank you so very much, my dude. Appreciate you. Thank you so very much. I'll give you a quick dab. I appreciate you. We got Subatomic Shrimp with the $3 donation. Another quick dab. Thank you so very much, my friend. That means the world to me. Red Sea, if you want to give us a call back in again, my fault. Call right back. We'll talk some Arizona Cardinals here shortly. I turned off my phone, so now we should be able to just focus on the iPad and stuff like that. So give me 1 second here, guys. Sorry about that. Why is this not answering now? Of course, right? What is going on? Give me a second. Maybe if I can call out. Can I call out? Here we go. All right, guys, we're going to get Red Sea on the phone here because this was completely my fault here. I apologize.
Bottom piano.
Is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Nope. Didn't happen. Okay. Man, this happens all the time when we're trying to open up the phone lines, y'all. All right, guys, how are we doing here? So, yeah, let's talk a little bit here while we're waiting on some phone calls here. I don't know what's going on with my phone system. Completely my fault, and I apologize about that 110%. We do have some trouble. Let's talk about this a little bit. He says Larry doesn't deserve the Rona. W's for Larry. Yep. Completely agree, my friend. Let's win for Larry Fitzgerald, and I think that's as much as we could possibly say on that. We need to win this game, 110%. Now, I think this game is going to be harder than a lot of people might think. And if it's not, and if it's a blowout and the Arizona Cardinals win, then perfect. Hey, I would go ahead and just punch myself in the arm and say, hey, you lied. You know what I mean? But I think that this game is going to be a lot harder than we all think it's going to be. Obviously, I want the Arizona Cardinals to win, but I can never put past a Bill Belichick type defense. If that makes sense at all. The Bill Belichick type defense and just his scheme in general, he has an ability to take away your best opponent. Now that's going to be obviously Kyler Murray, and that's going to be DeAndre Hopkins. Your best players is what I meant to say, not opponent. I apologize. He has a way to stop your best players, DeAndre Hopkins and Larry Fitz and Kyler Murray. So I'm really worried in that aspect of it all that Bill Belichick is just a mastermind. Honestly, I really do think that Bill Belichick is probably one of the best head coaches out there. So here we go. We got another call coming in.
Call from
DeAndre Hopkins, your best player is what I meant to say, not opponent. I apologize. Hi, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Did you say this was Blake?
Oh, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
I wasn't expecting to answer.
Yeah, no, you're good.
It's behind on my computer, so like when you answered, it wasn't like going on with the live, and I was like, am I on the phone with this?
You're good, man. I'm having so much technical difficulties on my end. I am sorry about that. You did say your name was Blake, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Blake, well, thank you so much for calling in, my friend. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man.
Awesome.
I wanted to ask you, because I was sure you knew, we picked up that one guy, right? Pecco for the D-line?
Yep, Damata.
Starting?
So, yeah, that's actually a good question. Earlier in the stream, I think he might be starting if Zach Allen wasn't playing. But Zach Allen's coming back from injured reserve, so I think he might get the start. I think it might be like a swing type of thing. I think Zach Allen might get most of the snaps, but we probably will see a little bit of Damate Pecco. Not a lot, but I think we might see a little bit.
I was like, I didn't even know if he caught the plane. I was like, he just got on the team.
Exactly. Perfect, man. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I have a quick question for you, my friend. How do you feel about Larry Fitzgerald not playing? Tell me what you were thinking about when you first heard this.
Well, I just figured, it's 2020 for you.
Right. True.
Can't really expect much more. But yeah, no, I was pretty upset because I I'm not as pissed about it because I kind of want to see what these younger guys can do and see if by the time Larry hangs everything up, if one of these guys can possibly step up, which I don't necessarily think is going to happen. But obviously, I'm going to root for them, regardless. But yeah, I was pretty upset that Larry's not going to be in this game because I'd say it's pretty important because if we don't win this, the playoff picture is going to look a little more bleak.
Yeah. Honestly, I love your outlook because you're exactly like me. Like, I'm rooting for these young players, and that I'm never going to get caught saying that I don't want Andy Isabella to succeed because I do. But what I've seen so far, the physicality, all that different stuff, the stuff that you need to like the star factor, like the X factor, I'm doing quotations. I don't see it in Andy Isabella. Now, is it Cliff Kingsbury's fault because he's not giving him enough time? Is it Andy Isabella's fault? We don't quite know yet until we see a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Personally, like I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my God, like screw Andy, this and that, because there's a lot of fans like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I'm like a lot of others where I wonder, like, because even on draft night, I was like, oh, like, we didn't take DK. Well, at least but even on draft night, I was like, well, at least we have the confidence to draft this guy this high. He must have something, that we don't see. And I kind of put more of my trust in the team.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, all I've really seen from Andy is just kind of streakiness.
Yeah.
And it's a little frustrating.
Yeah.
So I really hope he steps it up on Sunday. And I wouldn't be surprised, though, if we see some snaps from Keyshawn as well.
Ooh, yeah. I would love to see. Last I heard about Keyshawn is he was on the list that, everybody knows about. I don't know if he came back. He probably did, but he's not on the field. So obviously, if we don't see him on the field, we don't really talk about him very much. But we also have Trent Sherfield.
I kind of remembered him from last year. He didn't do too bad. I mean, he would come sometimes occasionally just come on the field and he'd make some, clutch little first down catches. And I was like, hey, I mean, he's pretty quick. He can get around. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little of him too.
Yeah, I agree, man. Here, my last question to you, Blake. How do you feel about Drake Kirkpatrick? Tell me the truth.
Man. I root for him because, at the end of the day, he's on our team.
Yeah.
And no one should really be, just discouraging the poor guy. But
yeah.
Whew, he needs to step up on Sunday. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Some people might say that he probably lost that Seahawks game for us. Some people say that he didn't. But that was a big, big penalty that he caused the Arizona Cardinals because they probably could have settled for a field goal, but they ended up getting a touchdown.
Oh, no, yeah. He made me want to rip my hair out. But,
yeah.
There's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. I can scream and yell as loud as I want, but I don't know if he's going to hear me.
Completely agree, my friend. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Blank. Have a great rest of your day, okay? Go Cardinals.
Yeah, you too, man. See ya.
Bye. All right, guys, that was our guy Blake here. If Red Sea wants to give us a call in here, this is the chance right now, man. I apologize about the technical difficulties. It comes with the territory of doing lives and all that different stuff. Technology, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's all going to come down to the opportunity of Andy Isabella. Is he going to get his chance coming through? And as of right now, man, what I've seen so far, we've seen little flashes here and there, but I don't know. It hasn't given me that wow factor yet, and that's what I'm waiting for.
Call from
Red
Sea, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. I will not hang up on you again. How are you doing, my friend?
Still cold.
Right. What's up, dude? I know, man. Super cold over there. I know. I was just complaining and kind of, gloating that it's 55 here and we can't take cold weather very good. But how are you doing, man, other than being cold over there?
Having to deal with the headaches of the Arizona Cardinals. Single day.
For sure, dude. How do you feel about this game, especially since you're on the East Coast, Patriots territory? Is there a lot of talk that the Patriots are going to win?
There's actually not a lot, surprisingly big in New England. There's actually not a lot of New England fans up here because they have all departed and gone with Tom Brady and just not talked to anybody.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. So in case you guys don't know, Red Sea is within the East Coast in that, Patriots area. And of course, once Tom Brady moves away and he starts winning somewhere else, there goes the bandwagon people. That irritates me, man. That really irritates me.
I'm only like 45 minutes away from Gillette Stadium.
Wow. And so like you probably don't listen to the radio station there very much because you're not that much of a Patriot fan, but like, is there anybody talking about Patriots winning this game? Like, are they gloating somehow that Cam Newton's their savior?
The guy I work with, he's dead set on winning this game because his team is the only other games that they can win are the Jets, which everyone beats the Jets.
Yeah.
So it's like at this point he's at his wit's end. He's just like, I'm tired of this. It's like, what do they have? 5, 6 wins from being first place in the division last year. It's just like they're just so tired of seeing this team this year and how good the Buffalo Bills are doing and Miami Dolphins are doing. We should have beaten the Miami Dolphins, but we didn't. So
it's so crazy, man.
It's so crazy
to think that these fans are like all sad now out of 20 years of being so much success, and now they want to turn off the TV because their team isn't a contending team. Like, that's ridiculous. That actually makes me frustrated.
I love how in the span of 4 weeks from the game against Miami, we would have won that game if we had Drake Kirkpatrick playing in that game. Fast forward to Seattle, we lost the game because of Drake Kirkpatrick. So you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, that's completely. I agree, man. Let me know what you think. Do you think the Cardinals are a playoff team? Be honest.
I would think so. I don't know if we're going to go deep in the playoffs, but we're just about there.
Yeah. So you think definitely wild card just won't go that far?
Yeah, I think we'll get a wild card game. Maybe sneak out a win if we play like maybe Tampa Bay because their secondary is kind of bum.
Mm-hmm.
If we manage to go to the NFC least, because everyone can beat the NFC least, because their division leader in Week 12 has 4 wins. That's pretty sad.
Yep. Completely agree.
I can't fathom how sad that is that a division leader has 4 wins at this point in the season.
Right. Perfect. Hey, do me a favor, Red Sea. Can you go ahead and mute your computer just because I think we hear an echo here, and I think everybody's like, what's going on?
I am on my phone.
Oh, you're on your phone. Oh, gotcha. So the request has been denied, y'all. One last question I have for you, Red Sea. How are you feeling about Kyler Murray now? Do you like what you're seeing? Are you still What are you feeling, my friend?
No, because he still makes too many boneheaded decisions.
Okay.
AKA throwing to Andy Isabella when he has a guy's hand in his face.
Yeah. Okay. I knew you were going to bring that up. I knew you were going to bring that up.
Probably never change, so you should probably just not ask anymore.
Never ask. Okay, right. Shut down that question from here on out. I'll make a note for you, my friend.
Kenny Drake is a bum. Like, who called that? Who here called that? Who here called that? Kenny Drake's a bum.
You did. Yeah, I can't say anything. Yeah, you did say that. I was really optimistic about the dude.
Yeah. But now he only got rushing yards against the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
I wonder why.
Yeah. We bought into the Kool-Aid, man. Those last 8 games last year, man. We bought into the Kool-Aid, but I think they're good together, Edmonds and Drake, but I don't see the Cardinals re-signing them.
I see the Cardinals doing it because we don't make smart decisions in the front office, so I imagine Drake will be back.
You think?
Our discomfort.
Hmm.
We traded away DRC for Kevin Cobb. Do we make smart decisions?
That's true.
Thank you.
That's true. Yeah, the DRC was really dumb, honestly.
I could go on and on. But
yeah.
It's too depressing, okay? That should enough make me get banned from the chat. But,
right. All right, let's think positive. Positive here. Arizona Cardinals, are they going to win tomorrow or not? Let me know. What do you think?
If we can just put a quarterback spy in Cam Newton and put Patrick Peterson and Jacoby Myers, and we are perfectly fine. Just have Kyler Murray, for the love of God, do not throw at Stephon Gilmore, please. For the love of God, just don't throw at Stephon Gilmore, and we are perfectly fine.
I agree, my friend. Perfect. Thank you so very much, man. I will talk to you some other time, all right?
Yeah, don't hang up on me next time.
All right, have a good one, man. Later. That is our guy from Red Sea, big, long-term supporter here of the Arizona Sports Fan YouTube channel. He's from the East Coast, around the Patriots area. If you don't know where that is, look on a map. But yeah, it's funny to hear that all these Patriots fans that are out there, all these diehard Patriots fans, are no longer following the team anymore. That's actually hilarious to me and kind of disappointing because I knew for a fact that most of these Patriots fans were only riding the bandwagon of the success that this team has had for so long. And now that they're hitting a downfall spiral, rebuilding mode, obviously, this is where they're all flocking to. It's annoying. Here we got another call.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
I did not hear the first name, but thank you so much for calling in. You are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. How are you doing?
Good, my man. You?
Good, man. Good. What's your first name?
Carson.
Carson. Hey, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah. Good. You?
Good, dude. Good. Thank you so very much for calling in, man. Here, I am super excited about this game coming up against the Patriots. How do you feel like this game is going to go, in your personal opinion?
I feel we might have a chance of losing. I only say that because if they bomb us on every play and target Peterson with Jacoby Myers, they might beat us on that because now Peterson's getting slow and he's getting beat on every play almost.
Jacoby Myers, you said? Is that a wide receiver for the Patriots?
Yeah.
And I don't even know who that
he's
is.
their best one right now.
That's the sad part. I don't know who that is. I just know N'Keal Harry, and I know they have Damiere Byrd over there. So that's their number one wide receiver, you said? Jacoby Myers?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I was bummed out that they got N'Keal Harry because obviously he's a ASU hometown guy, and I really wanted to get him, but it doesn't seem like he's really panning out, so I guess I'm happy in that sort of set. But yeah, I think you're right, man. If we do not do very well, this game can turn around real quick, and that's really kind of concerning to me as well because anything Bill Belichick coach is a concern.
Yeah, for real.
Perfect, man. I have another question for you here, man. How do you feel about Larry Fitzgerald not playing on this game? Are you heartbroken? Are you like, okay, give him some rest? Or what are you feeling right now?
I'm bummed because Larry's our guy. He's with us every step of the way, and just to see him out for the first time since 2014, it's pretty tough.
It is, man. It is. I know. I actually.
And with Hopkins.
Go ahead.
And with Hopkins being locked up, I don't know if we're gonna have that guy who can come up clutch in like fourth and third down situations.
Yeah. Like
Fitz can.
Yeah, you're right, man. Well, we have Christian Kirk, but he's playing on the outside. Have Andy Isabella, smaller guy. Maybe Dan Arnold can come up. Maybe he can start not dropping balls. I don't know, man. I hope Dan Arnold can pan out, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Do you know about Devondre Campbell and if he's going to start? And if so, do you know how that's going to affect Simmons' playing time?
So this is the way I look at it. And I think this is the way the Arizona Cardinals wants to do it. I think Isaiah Simmons will be a starter, but also Devondre Campbell. But obviously the Arizona Cardinals want to leverage the fact that we have Isaiah Simmons 8th overall pick, in the first round draft. I think they're going to use him a lot more than Devondre Campbell, but I think we'll see a share of both, just really depending on like what we think is going to happen on the field. I want to see more Isaiah Simmons, man. Are you happy about like what we're seeing so far with Isaiah Simmons?
Yeah, I think he performed really well against the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man. Go ahead.
I think he led the defense in tackles. He had 2 tackles for loss in his first career NFL sack.
Dude, man, you got the stats down. Heck yeah, bro. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so very much for calling in, man. I hope you can definitely call back again. What do you think the prediction is going to be tomorrow?
Yeah, me too. I think we're going to win. I definitely think it's going to be a high-scoring game just because of our defense. So I say we're going to win this one 37-34.
Woo-wee. That would help my fantasy football team win, definitely for sure. Awesome, man. I appreciate you calling in, my friend.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, have a good one. Bye. All right, guys, that was our guy Carson here from, I believe he said it was Phoenix or at least in the Arizona area. The phone line's still open, guys, right here. This is where you can call in, this phone number here. Now, I do see somebody here saying, yo, dude, I'm in the UK, want to call in. Any chance I can WhatsApp a call? I think you can. I don't see why not. I'm using Google Voice, so I think you should be able to do it, but give it a try, man. That would be kind of cool to get you to kind of call in and see what we kind of go from there. We got Cardinals kid saying trade Stephon Diggs in the Cardinals. That's not going to happen. Right now, we have so much leverage. We have so much cap room in a wide receiving core right now that I don't think that's going to happen at all. And the Bills love him. So
Call from
Ron, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. If you can hear me, can you do me a quick favor? Just turn down the, I guess your computer or your whatever you're watching me on. Just because I hear like an echo. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, man?
What's up, Ron? How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty well.
Good,
Doing
good.
pretty well. How about yourself?
Yeah, doing really good. Thank you so much for taking the time. Let's talk some Cardinals here, man. How are you? Are you excited about this game coming up against the Patriots?
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty excited. Bummed out that Larry's not playing though, but I think we have a high-paced offense. If we call the right plays, and I think we'll be fine. Quite frankly,
I agree, man. Definitely agree. My question to you here: how do you feel about Dre Kirkpatrick?
I mean, I think he costed us the last game with his taunting call. Is that what it was?
Yeah, taunting.
You know,
Yep.
they weren't even in field goal range, and he made a bad play. But I mean, I guess we have nobody better, so we have to start him, I guess. But if he can lock up, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, that's exactly the situation that we're in right now, man. It's the fact that we don't have anybody better. And I know everybody wants to cut him. It's too quick to say, hey, cut everybody in this team, but we just can't. That's the truth of the matter. We've seen what happens when he's gone, and it's just a little bit better. And I would really have that little bit better on the field than not having him on there. And I do think that he cost that Seahawks game for us here, but we're still in the race, man. We're 6-4. We're looking like a good
100%.
wild card team. So I'm actually happy about it.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I don't really want to win the division. I'd rather be the first wild card because, I mean, if we're the first wild card in the NFC, I think we get to play the NFC East, which is it's looking like it's going to pan out. So
ooh, that would be all. That would be amazing.
As well. Yeah.
That would be amazing, man. I do got one quick question for you here, man. So now that we have 6 games left on the season, what do you think? And this is just a prediction. Obviously, we're not going to hold you to this. I'm wrong all the time. What do you think it's going to happen like these last 6 games? Like, what do you think the record's going to be?
So I think we have 4 winnable, quite easy games against the. I mean, we're playing the New England tomorrow. It's a winnable game. We're playing 2 NFC East teams. I'm pretty sure the Giants and the Eagles, which I think are winnable games.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also playing the 49ers, the broken 49ers that we all know they have tons of injuries. So I think those 4 games are quite winnable. And then we have 2 more games against the Rams. I think we'll steal 1. So I think it's very possible we can go 5-1 in these last 6 games.
Wow, that would be awesome, man. That would put us at, if I could do my math right, 11-5. Yeah, right, 11-5.
Yeah,
that would be amazing. That would be amazing, man. I think everybody here is wanting to get a football team or just even a team to rally behind here. Are you from Arizona?
Oh, yeah, I am from Arizona.
Yeah, so man, you know how it is here being a sports fan, man, trying to follow all these teams that constantly break your heart. And I feel like the Arizona Cardinals just are the number 1 team, in my personal opinion anyways. I'm not sure if you're more of a basketball fan, baseball fan, but football is, to me, I don't know, man, they kind of capture the heart of a lot of different fans here because we've gotten the Carson Palmers, we've gotten the Kurt Warners, and we've gone through these runs where we're so close to doing something and just kind of fell flat a little bit.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I think the Cardinals are the soul of Arizona. I mean, I know a ton of people that love football over here, so I'm right there with you, man. Perfect,
man. Perfect. What do you think this last question before I keep you on too much, man? What do you think this game is going to turn out to be? Do you think it's going to be a blowout? Do you think it's going to be a low-scoring game? And who do you got winning?
I think the Cardinals will win by a decent margin. I would say probably 31-17.
Nice.
Because the Patriots don't have that much of a high-paced offense, and their defense is kind of questionable as well. Yeah. But I think the Cardinals pull out this one tomorrow.
I hope so, man. I hope so, because if we come out with the loss here, man, we're gonna have a completely different mindset. And granted, we could still go 5-0 in the last 5 games, but this game, I think the Cardinals have had this stigma on them about being the team that cannot beat the teams that they should beat, but are really good 100%. Against the teams, you know what I mean, that they shouldn't beat. Yeah. It's weird, man. And I feel like that's kind of always been like that for the Arizona Cardinals, but this is it, man. This is the time to prove it. Thank you so very much for calling in, my friend. Appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me on.
No problem.
Have a nice day.
Have a great day, you too. Perfect. All right, man, guys. Yeah, let's keep it going, man. We got a lot of great calls coming in here, so let's keep it going. We probably have enough for maybe 3 or 4 more calls, just really depending. I'll see if I could time it out to where we're only going to go about an hour as far as the stream goes. But I love this communication going out with every single one of you guys. So far, the look is positive. A lot of people are really positive about this team, and I am positive as well. So, but we also got to take the consideration that, you know, although we lose, we can be as positive as want, but those loses hurt, man. They hurt your soul, because Monday mornings or victory Mondays are not the same. Obviously, it's not a victory Monday if you lose, but you know what I mean. It's the Mondays aren't the same.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Hey, you are live on the AZ Sportsman on YouTube. I did not catch your first name. Who am I speaking with?
Luke.
Luke, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing really good. How about you?
Good. Yeah, I'm doing really good, man. How are you feeling, you know, almost at the Patriots versus Cardinals tomorrow?
I'm nervous because, you know, what really scares me, even looking back at the start, is like we lost to the Lions and Panthers. And, you know, I think we're the favorites for this game. But at the same time, like, Cliff Kingsbury made some really stupid play calls. Like, if I see more than 5 strings, like, calls, I'm going to cry. Like,
yeah.
I'm going to be so disappointed.
You're right, man. Honestly, the screens have been plaguing everybody here, and I feel like everybody's been talking about it but Cliff Kingsbury, and it's really weird being that he's the head coach, but I'm right there with you, man. I think I was just talking to Ron about this a little earlier, the call before you. Cardinals have this stigma on them, man, that we can't beat the teams that we should be beating, and this team is a team that we should beat, and I'm doing air quotes right now because honestly, obviously, any given Sunday, right? But what do you think the X factor is to winning this game?
Honestly, I think DeAndre Hopkins, he's going to be double teamed.
Yeah.
And I think when he was on the Texans, Bill Belichick was afraid of T-Hop, so he always double teamed him.
Yep.
I think this is a game where we need guys like Christian Kirk and especially Andy Isabella to like step up and really get open. Because, I mean, this Patriots defense, they have Gilmore, and he's going to be on D-Hop. So I think Christian Kirk really needs to step up here. So I think that's the big thing. I
agree, man. I agree. So here's my question, and I think I've been talking about Christian Kirk on this channel for quite some time. I love the guy personally. I think he's I mean, I don't know him personally, obviously, but I think he's a really good person. But I just don't think the number 2 wide receiver, like, I don't think he's a number 2 wide receiver. He's had some flashes, and I like that we've seen a 3-game stretch from him this year. And I'm like, okay, I like what I'm seeing, but let's continue to see more. But so far, I'm not completely 100% sold. I'm maybe 85 to 75% sold right now. Are you sold on Christian Kirk being a number 2 wide receiver? And be honest with me, I could be wrong. Go ahead.
I am, but once again, I would say I'm not sold because I'm happy when I see these games against like the Cowboys when that's incredible play where he burns the Cowboys defense. But then there's games against like he does the same thing against Miami, but there's games where he's just like a ghost and he doesn't see it. And I mean, this is a perfect time. I mean, he's going to be the guy because I think Diop's going to be double teamed like on 3rd downs, 3rd and 4s. Now that Fitzgerald, he's not playing because, you know, he's kind of turned into this guy where he's kind of like a tight end, and he'll just go for like a 4-yard route, and then he'll just catch it and get the first down. So
you're right.
I'm gonna pull off big.
You're absolutely right, man. I could not disagree with anything that you're saying. Honestly, I think this is the time for players like Christian Kirk and Andy Isabella to really step up because DeAndre Hopkins is going to be shadowed by probably the best corner in the league, whether you want to argue that or not. That's not up for debate right now. I don't care. But you know, he is going to be double teamed. Bill Belichick is a mastermind, and he knows how to take away your best player. That's DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray. So yes, I can definitely see that happening. So we'll see what happens. Who do you think is going to have a better game? Just a random question. Andy Isabella or Christian Kirk?
I think it's going to be Christian Kirk. I think Andy Isabella, even against like the Seahawks, didn't touch the ball, but I still think Andy Isabella is going to be like the 3rd receiver.
Yeah.
And I think there's just going to be a lot more plays set up for Christian Kirk. So I think Christian Kirk's going to hopefully have a really good game. I think we'll be better than Andy Isabella.
Perfect. All right, man. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday, and go Cards.
Go Cards.
All right, later. All right, guys. Thank you so very much for calling in as well. We have another super chat in here from King Josh 4K saying trap game looks easy because of how bad the Pats record is, but betting against Bill Belichick has cost many. Still a winnable game. And that's beautifully said, though, King Josh. Honestly, I don't think you could have said that any better. Like, you pretty much said that in a nutshell and tied a bow around it. Because although we're seeing the record that the Arizona Cardinals has compared to the Patriots, yes, the Patriots have not gone, like the season has not gone the way that they wanted it to go, but it's Bill Belichick. You know what I mean? He's shut down a lot of different offenses before. The last time we seen Bill Belichick was probably back in 2015. When we played against him and he ended up beating us. I believe it's because there was a field goal that was missed. I believe it was Catanzaro, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, he's got the ability. He's just really smart at that. Now, can he contain Kyler Murray? I don't know. We'll see. We'll exactly see here. But I think it's very important for the Arizona Cardinals to start off hot. No more of this starting off in the second quarter. No more of this starting off in the second half. It's very important to get some points on the board. I don't care if it's 3 points, but it's important. It's important that the Arizona Cardinals offense remains or starts off hot, because there's time and time again where we're really disappointed and it's kind of boring first quarter, boring half, because we can't get the Arizona Cardinals offense to get going. And that's one of the most frustrating part about it here. So we do have a comment here from, I answered this already. Yo, dude, it's me from the UK. Can I Instagram call you? I don't know if you can. I wouldn't know how to do that. I'm sorry. I'm pretty old with technology. Was WhatsApp not working? Go ahead and put it on the chat here that WhatsApp wasn't working.
Call from
Adam Torres.
Adam, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. What is going on, my friend? How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Dude, I am good, man. How are you feeling right now? Almost at the Week 12 matchup against the Arizona Cardinals and Patriots. How are you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling a little nervous, man. I'm feeling like this could be a trap game that we got to watch out for.
I agree, man. I cannot disagree with you. And I was just reading a comment before you called in, and I think a lot of our fans are, people are overlooking the fact that Bill Belichick is still leading this team. Although they're a 4-6 team, they're still Bill Belichick's team. So
there's a lot of factors that play, a part in this game, but it's still Bill Belichick. They have a lot of people out from last year due to COVID, and you got to understand, it's still Bill Belichick. He can make things happen. He's done it for decades. He's Bill Belichick. He's the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, I agree, man. What do you think is going to be the X factor for this Arizona Cardinal team to get a W here?
Oh man, it sounds cliche to say this, or it might be dumb, but I think Christian Kirk has to be the X factor, man.
Yeah.
He's going to be covered. He's going to be double teamed.
I agree, man.
Christian Kirk has to just break out. He has to do his thing, and he has to show this is a game perfectly played game at this point of the season with Larry out, for him to show that he's the wide receiver number 2 on this team.
Completely agree, man. And I asked this question here to another fan because I'm really curious. I mean, bottom line, I just run a YouTube channel. I'm a big Arizona Cardinal fan. We all have our own difference of opinions. Yeah. I personally am not sold on him as a number 2 yet. I'm 80% there. Yeah. What do you feel like? What's your actual opinion on him?
On Christian Kirk, correct?
Yep, Christian Kirk. Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm about 80%. I'm not 100% sold on him. He has his moments in flash, like you've been saying on the channel.
Yeah.
But I'm not sold on him. He hasn't sold me like Larry did in his rookie year, balling out like he always did. Hop coming into the new organization and balling out immediately. Christian Kirk has been with Kyler. This is the second year with Kyler, correct?
Second year with Kyler. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so I would hope they would have established some chemistry to get Christian Kirk the ball more and kind of have more big yard games. I'm hoping to see like 150 yard game from him this season, but we haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, man. He did have a 3-game stretch that he did pretty well in, and I'm proud of him for doing that. But I think we want consistency. I think that's what we want. We can have 3 big games of the season, but you're not showing up any of the other games, and then what's the point? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's like we beat the teams we're not supposed to beat, but we lose to the teams we're supposed to beat.
Yeah.
It has me scratching my head. I'm like, come on, like we beat Seattle the first time, they beat us the second time, which is completely understandable to Seattle, but we lose to Miami. All credit to them, they played well. Yeah. We lose to Detroit. We lose to Carolina, correct?
Yeah, Carolina. Yep.
And then we lost to who else did we lose to?
So Carolina, Miami, Detroit, and Seahawks.
Detroit and Seahawks.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like we beat the teams that we're supposed to beat.
and lose to the teams we should have beat. It doesn't make sense. I feel like, going to Cliff Kingsbury now, his play calling needs to be a little less conservative, open up the game.
Yeah.
We need to come out and just start hitting all cylinders.
I agree, man. Honestly, I have a question for you. This is going to be kind of a curveball. And if you need about 30 seconds or 20 seconds to think about it, that's cool. What do you think is the most disappointing game this year so far for the Arizona Cardinals?
The most disappointing?
Just,
Oof, man. I think the most disappointing game for us coming off the bye, we came off the bye week against Miami, correct?
yes. Yep.
Yeah, I think that one was honestly the most disappointing because we left off on such a high note with the Thursday night game against, or Monday night game. Was it the Monday or Thursday night against Seattle with
Thursday
overtime and winning in overtime? And we come back, we're feeling confident off a bye week. I feel like that one was a real stinker.
Yeah.
Miami one.
I agree, man. It's so weird to know.
Rather than coming out and losing the ball. Yep.
Yeah, dude. It's so crazy to think of how one little play or two plays can really make a big difference here. But if you're going to ask my opinion, I would actually say the Lions game personally, just because that was a game that I'm just like, bro, 3 interceptions, just everything went wrong on that game. And it's the Lions, man. They just fired Matt Patricia. If you haven't heard, they're restarting their organization again. It's just man, that game was super disappointing to me, but I do agree with you with the Miami coming off the bye, but appreciate you, man, calling in, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, yeah, no worries, man. Best of luck to our team this Sunday, and I hope we can all rejoice in happiness Monday night.
I agree, man. I agree. Go Cards. Later.
Hey, go Cards. You have a good night.
You too. All right, guys. Perfect. Thank you so very much. These calls are coming in fire, man. Thank you so very much for every single one of you guys for calling in. I don't know, this season, I'm just so excited about being an Arizona Cardinal fan. Now, I'm excited about being an Arizona Cardinal fan every single year. Don't get me wrong, but there's just something different about this year, man. Kyler Murray's taken another step. DeAndre Hopkins has easily made us a playoff contender in this NFC conference, and I'm just really overall excited about it, man. We do got another call coming in. Let's take a look to see who it is.
Call from
Daniel Linhauser.
Daniel, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. How are you doing, my friend?
Good. How about yourself?
Good, man. Good. Can't complain. How are you feeling about, almost there, Patriots versus Arizona Cardinals? What are you feeling?
Nervous.
Yeah.
I want to see Cliff have a good play calling game. That's all I really want to see.
I agree, man. I completely 100% agree with you. Cliff Kingsbury is going to be a big focal point in this offense and team to lead us into this win here. What's something that you're worried about this coming game?
I don't know how our safety help is this week. We're missing Jalen and Deontay, right?
Yeah, Deontay was put on the list, and Jalen was hurt. I think we're going to be rocking with Banjo, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to go ahead and just get my clarification on here shortly, but I think it's going to be Banjo and obviously Buddha.
Okay, yeah. I want to see our defense really step up and confuse Cam.
Yeah.
Really.
I agree, man.
If we can stop Cam, we'll be good.
Yeah. What do you think about maybe doing that same type of defense that we've done to Russell? Obviously Cam Newton can't get out of the pocket.
I think Vance has really impressed me this season. He's really stepped up. I was really not feeling him at the beginning of the year, and then he's really changed my mind about him. So I have no doubt he can come out and do something against this New England offense.
Yeah, man, I hope so, because if we did do whatever we did against that Thursday night game against Seattle, confusing Russell.
Sunday.
Yeah, was it Sunday night? Oh, wow.
Sunday night, yeah.
Yeah, so whatever we did, the second game that we played against Seattle Seahawks was terrible. We just didn't show up. But I'm talking about that very first game, like that fourth quarter or the overtime, whatever we did. That defense, I feel like if we do that to Cam Newton can't come out of the pocket at all. He doesn't run the same at all. He's not the same quarterback, but he's still a big guy that can run over some people.
Yeah, he's hard to bring down for sure. But I think our linebackers are well set to bring him down.
Yeah, man. Do you think we should spy him with Isaiah Simmons? Do you think maybe Devondre Campbell, Hicks? Who do you think?
I would say Simmons, but I can honestly think you can put Campbell there too.
Yeah.
I think he could keep up with him.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't disagree with you there, man. What do you think about this game, man? Who do you think is going to win this game, and what do you think the score is going to be? It's going to be high scoring? Think it's going to be low scoring?
I think it's going to be a low scoring game. It's going to be a defensive battle. I think we have to run the ball well to win this game.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. 100%. Are you sold on Kenyon Drake? That's the next question for you.
I have him on my fantasy team, so I have to say yes.
That is fair. Honestly, I do a lot of my thoughts and you know my answers about that as well.
I am
Fantasy
nervous
football.
because I am playing against Kyler and D-Hop this week, so I am a little nervous.
Well, it could either go good for your, you know, for the Cardinals, or good for your fantasy football team. It can't be both, man. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, it's hard.
Perfect, man. Let me ask you one last question here. Give me the score prediction. Did you already give me the score prediction?
No, I have not.
Go ahead and give me your score prediction, please.
I'm gonna go 24-17 Cards.
Yes, go. Perfect. All right, man. Thank you so very much for calling in, man. Have a great rest of your night and go Cards.
You too. Thank you for answering.
No problem. Bye. All right, guys, we were getting a lot of calls, man. Thank you so very much for making this possible, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to try to open up the phone lines more because I love talking to you guys, man. Everybody's got their own, like, opinions about a lot of different things. So that's one thing that I'm really excited about, making this this channel just in general. We're going to end the stream here shortly within the next like 2 or 3 minutes here. So we're going to stop taking phone calls, but what we'll start doing is, because I did sell my house, and that was one of the main reasons why I couldn't do live streams very much, because obviously when you're selling your house, if you don't know anything about it, you have to constantly be on your toes, cleaning your house and all that different stuff. So I was never able to get my the live streams going on a certain schedule. So that's why I kind of stopped, but we'll get the live streams back. We will get the live streams back. Well, let's read to the comments here. Let's take about 5-6 minutes, read the comments, and let's see what you guys have to say. I didn't mean to ignore you guys on the comments here, but let's see what you guys have to say here. Give me your guys' best comments right here. Best comments so I can go ahead and highlight them, and let's see what's going on. Before we do our score predictions, I'm going to read some comments here. We have N Yokoyama saying, don't put Hicks on spy. He runs like a 7. Okay, so Hicks is not the answer. We probably will most likely see Isaiah Simmons spy against Cam Newton. So that would be kind of cool to see. We have Cardinals kids saying, you cannot beat us no more. I think he's having a fight between this guy here that's obviously a Seattle Seahawks fan. Blitz Boy, he's saying we will with the little sunglasses. But I also did see a couple different other ones that really did look similar. I think he might have a couple different profiles that he runs, because I think this is the same dude here. But honestly, I don't know. Let's take a look to see what everybody else has to say here. We got Roberto saying we are getting rated by Sea Chickens. That's hilarious. Man, here's the thing. We're going to get rated by the Sea Chickens as long as we're not number one. And let's be honest, I can honestly say that there's Cardinals jumping on their YouTube channels and doing the same thing. So if they see that happening from us, it's going to happen the same way to us. We just kind of have to ignore them, take it on the chin, and just kind of go from there, really. We got Isaac Valdez saying, do you think we can get the number 5 seed? Yeah, I honestly do think that we can be a very, very high wild card team. The thing is that we just need to make it happen from here on out. Yes, we have 4 losses. Yes, we have 6 wins, but we need to make sure we need to take care of what we need to take care of from here on out. We have an opportunity to get higher in the standings. There's still 6 games left, and the Seahawks are only 1 game ahead of us. So let's not act like it's too far of a reach here. The Seattle Seahawks do not have a good defense. Let's be 110% honest. And if we can ask the Seahawks fans that are in here, their defense is bad. They're so bad. And I think the main reasons why we lost against the Seattle Seahawks is probably because Drake Kirkpatrick, and for some reason our game plan was just overall garbage. I don't know what the heck Cliff Kingsbury was thinking about doing here. I don't know. Don't ask me. But I still think we're a better team. Not going to lie to you. Let's keep on reading here. We have MMAZ602. I feel like Isaiah Simmons is barely bringing out his full potential. AZ wins, though, 35-21. Love it, man. I would love to see that. We got Mark Jackson in the house saying, what do you think about putting Edmonds in the slot? Ooh. Oh, buddy. I like that, man. That's new right there. That's bold prediction right there, Mark. So he's saying, what do you think about putting Edmonds in the slot receiver with Larry being out and Eno having a backup for KD? That is interesting, man. Obviously, I've always wanted to get a wide receiver type, running back type of. But the thing is that if you put Eno in the slot, you're taking away from Andy Isabella and what he can bring to the table. So there's that aspect of it all. And I don't think Andy Isabella would like that too much, which honestly, truth be told, if you're not doing anything on the field, we really shouldn't care what you feel like. But I think Andy Isabella, this is going to be his timer here. This is going to be Andy Isabella's time to really find out if he can be a big focal point for this Arizona Cardinals from here on out. So although I like this idea, Mark, I don't think it's going to happen. We got lost in, is it Reverence, saying, how do you think Kyler will do given the problems he's been having with the shoulder? As to what I've been hearing is the fact that Kyler Murray's looking good in practice. He's throwing good. He's not wincing in pain. I think he'll be good. But I mean, let's be honest here. I don't really believe a lot of the stuff that Arizona Cardinals organization says. A lot of times they kind of mask a lot of things. So, but I think Kyler will be fine. Gratefully, it wasn't a big injury. He definitely heard it with that defensive lineman landing on him. So he just got to be careful. I agree with that. We got Cardinals Kin in the house saying, we're going to beat you Seahawks in the playoffs. He's still at it, man. He's still at it. We got, hey, it's Penguin07 saying, we need to spy Cam, confuse him, and use Baker as a spy. Ooh, I love that, man. That would be great, man. You know, I love nothing more than having Budda Baker being a focal point of this defense, and he is the heart and soul of our defense, and we do got to get him going. I agree. Do you think Peterson will be re-signed? Do you think Peterson is playing? I think Peterson is doing what he can do. Like, he's doing good for his age, but, you know, you can definitely tell he's lost a step. I don't blame him at all. It's kind of almost saying like I blame him for aging, and that's kind of really like dumb to say because everybody does it. Everybody's going to get slower and all that different stuff. So I don't blame him, but he has lost a step. I don't think he's going to resign. I really do not think he will. I think he probably will go more towards a different team that will pay him more, and I don't think the Arizona Cardinals are willing to pay big money for him. We got, it says Kyler is an athlete. He'll be fine. Yeah, that's kind of my aspect of it all. That's my thought process. Yeah, he'll be fine. We got Highness saying Cards get at least 5 sacks on Cam. Ooh, if we get 5 sacks on Cam, I don't see how we will not come out with the win. And I completely agree with that right there. If we get 5 sacks on Cam Newton, there is absolutely no reason why we shouldn't win this game. Jace Welker says, I know I'm repeating, but I don't think he read mine because I wasn't here. So Simmons should be spy because he should secure tackles and he has the speed and high to chase down Cam Newton like he did to Josh Allen. I agree, man. I couldn't disagree with you there. I love what I'm seeing with Isaiah Simmons. Hopefully he can blossom to become the middle linebacker that we all want him to become. He just got to get the reps. He needs to get accustomed to what's the word, like the NFL type of speed, because obviously it's different. It's different than the collegiate level. So he needs to get those reps. We have Kirkpatrick is the steal of free agency. Looked amazing for 2 games and a half. Kirkpatrick is the steal of free agency. I don't know about that one. We're talking about Dre Kirkpatrick, because I don't really know any other Kirkpatricks, but I don't know about that one. That one's a kind of a tough one. All right, guys, we're reaching that moment here where we're closing off the chat here. Guys, if you guys could do me one big favor, go ahead and put your predictions. Put your predictions on the comments below, and don't forget to leave a fist bump on the comments below. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here. So if you're new to the YouTube channel here, AZ Sports Fan, make sure you put some fist bumps on the chat below. Give me your predictions of this game, Arizona Cardinals versus the Patriots. I'm really excited about this game. We do got another super chat from King Josh 4K. Man, you're coming in clutch with these super chats, my friend. Thank you so very much. It helps out the channel tremendously. Saying D-Hop being covered with the safety help should open up the passing game. Yep, I completely agree. And that means Andy Isabella, Kirk, and maybe why not throw some balls to either Max Williams or Dan Arnold. So I'm really excited about that, guys. Thank you so very much again, King Josh 4K. That means the world to me. But yeah, put your predictions here. All right, we got them all coming in here. We have, hey, it's Penguin saying 37-34. I'm assuming he means for the Cards. We've got Mark Jackson saying 24-20 Cards. Some Atomic Shrimp saying 32-24. Daniel saying 24-17. His Cards. Perfect. We got Lennon Wolf, AZ Sports Fan, saying 31-20. Cardinals. Awesome. Perfect, guys. Thank you so very much for all tuning in, guys. We're getting a lot of fist bumps in the chat here, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending an hour and 10 minutes talking some Arizona Cardinals. Thank you. Shout out to all the channel members, all the people that do super chats, as well as all the people who took the time to get on here and you know, make a phone call for the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube here. Thank you so much, every single one of you guys, for doing that. That's all I got for this episode, guys. Thank you so very much for showing up, and I am out. Thank you so very much.